When I was 18, I said no to something and yes to another. I gave up my future in China. That decision had changed my life forever. I grew up in Beijing, China. I went to one of the best high schools there. I passed the college entrance examination, but I always wanted to come to the United States to study. I knew my life would be completely different there, a life of freedom, democracy, and opportunities. My mother was doing research in American University. She moved there and invited me to come to the state to visit her. In 1991, I arrived in the United States to complete my senior year in high school in Boston, Massachusetts. I went to one of the least desired public high school in Boston. It's called Charlestown. It's a poor Irish neighborhood. Many high school students there couldn't read or write. There, I witnessed gun violence, fight breaking out several times a day. There were police officers on every single floor of the school. There were frequent arrests and gangs. When students went to school, most did not bring books. They would sleep or do whatever they want. The lack of discipline was shocking. But other things was not so shocking. China prepared me to expect hardship. In China, people did not really have second chance. In the larger cities, only 3 out of 10 high school graduates can go to college. If you cannot go to college, your opportunity is very severely limited to a blue-collar job with a totally limited social income and social status. Competition was very severe. So I developed a habit of studying extremely hard. So I did not really anticipate to come into a land of paradise, anticipate hardship, barrier, and even racial discriminations. And then I heard a lot of students, they talk to each other, they're using this F word to speak to each other in a very pleasant fashion among friends. So I figured this must be a really useful word. So I asked them, so please tell me, what does this mean? Because I cannot really find it in my English-Chinese dictionary that I carry with me. So one of my friends I made, he said, Feng, it's way too complicated for me to explain that to you. You should probably go ask the English teacher. So that's what I did. So in my English class, I went up to her desk. I said, Mrs. Taylor, please, would you explain that to me? What's the meaning of this F word? And she did. She actually explained that to me in front of the entire class in detail. I was so embarrassed. That day I learned a lesson I did not really anticipate. There are other things in Charlestown High School was also shocking to me. I was shocked by the freedom not to be respectful to others, the freedom not to learn, the freedom not to do well. But for those who are motivated, the opportunities were there. I realized very quickly that was the beauty of America, the freedom to choose. I was given the opportunity to study, to learn for free. I was given free lunch due to my family's low income. I had free books. I had teachers who were very kind and very excited about teaching me. Although Charlestown High School was the least supported high school in Boston, but compared with China, the quality of the basketball, gym, swimming pool, buses surpassed all the resources that I grew up with in China. Despite all the school issues, I flourished in this environment. The teachers supported me because I was willing to learn. They gave me books to read. They gave me personal advice. They talked to me in person. I got interested in track and field very quickly because I was the captain of the track and field team back in China. So I competed for the school. So as soon as I showed up, I realized there's also another track and field team in Charlestown. I kind of just volunteered myself. And I realized in our school, there's nobody can do javelin or disc, in which requires certain technical skills. So I kind of volunteered myself. I approached the coach, so I joined a track and field team. In fact, I won a silver medal for the school in a spring track and field competition held in public high school in Boston area. Yeah. Besides that, I involved in the swimming team, the computer programming team. I learned how to do computer programming in 6 months. And also I participate in the science fair projects. So yeah, various different activity. My math and science were very good. I would correct my teachers from time to time. That's when I learned what's the greatest about America. My teachers showed me sincerity and honesty. I received several scholarships to universities. I was born with a learning disability called dyslexia. I did not know what that thing was because in China there's no such a diagnosis awareness when I grew up. I knew I always struggled with reading, memorization, so taking the test is extremely difficult for me. I always struggle with that. And even in the United States, I self-diagnosed myself in medical school. I matched all the diagnosis, all the diagnostic criteria, so I had dyslexia. I was not struggle with my study. I was made fun of when I grew up, but I think that's, in a way, it's also a blessing because that forces you to study harder, to force you to learn, force you to be creative. After placing first in a college entrance exam, I earned a full ride to Boston University. I forewent the offer to BU to attend MIT. There, I volunteered as a translator for a free healthcare clinic in Chinatown. It was my first exposure to medicine. I was among extremely intelligent, kind, selfless people who organized a clinic to provide free medicine for the poor and the illegal immigrants. There's no discrimination there, only love, passion, and help. I knew immediately then I want to be this type of person. I came to Tyler in 2009 to be part of Trinity Mother Francis. I'm passionate about teaching my technician and nurses in GI endoscopy field. I enjoy sharing my philosophy of learning. I enjoy having trainees shadowing me. I often ask my students, why are you here? Why do you want to shadow me? Why do you want to be a doctor? What is the meaning of life? What is happiness? These are fundamental philosophical questions everyone should ask themselves if they want to be happy and successful in life. Because in life, clarity is power. That means I believe we all have a nuclear power engine in our mind with unlimited potential. Many do not know such engine exists within them. Others never find the key to open it. The key to open it is to truly find the meaning of life. I believe learning, improvement, contribution, and love will give you the true happiness, not pleasure, but true happiness. The book called Art of War by Sun Tzu, the famous Chinese philosopher general 2,500 years ago, changed my life. I apply its military philosophies and strategy to my study and my life. I learned to be prepared. Know yourself, know your enemy, then you can ask very intelligent questions. You should do your homework as quick as possible after the class, when your memory is still fresh, as if you're going to a battlefield, to test yourself whether you understand or not. You need to be proactive, be prepared, be proactive, not to be passive. People who do not want to preview things tend to fail. The meaning of life, I believe, is discovered through unconditional love. Loving other people, loving patients, meaning helping them with their medicines, holding their hands when they're in pain, and giving hope when they're in despair. In a life of learning, improving, and loving other people, whatever you do becomes interesting and worthwhile. You find a way to overcome their hardship. When I saw how people become happy, how much difference I was making, that really made me feel satisfied. Every day, I try to learn new things from my patients, from people around me, and also from medical journals, even from my children. They're forcing me to be a better person every day. I learn from hobbies such as golf and ballroom dancing. My great hope is that I can help more people in their career and their personal life, whether students, patients, physicians in China or here in Tyler. My name's Feng Li. Thank you.